All right, guys, let's take a look at the Ocean Crawler Great Lakes. This is the silver, and they named the silver the Isle Royale. So there's a couple other colors as well, and they have their own names. I'll put a link to Ocean Crawler's website for this style or model watch in the description. This was sent in by my buddy Jerry. If you don't know Jerry, he is the creator of these loomed monsters. So I'll put a link to his Etsy in the description as well if you want to pick up one of those loomed monsters. This is the guy that did it. So big thanks to Jerry for sending this in. All right, let's get into the watch. We'll talk about the size and then I'll get into my feelings on it. 39.5 millimeter on the side width here. So you don't, the crowns are offset, so you can get a clean measurement right around the side. 39 and a half. This has got to be like the smallest watch that Ocean Crawler has made. Lug tip to lug tip here, you're looking at 44 millimeter. Again, crazy small size. This thing's going to wear great on smaller wrist and even larger wrist. The thickness, including the domed sapphire crystal, which is 4 millimeter thick because the water resistance on this is 1,000 feet. So the total thickness of it is 13 millimeter. But if you measure just from the bottom to about the edge up here, it's only like 12.6. So it's actually pretty thin. It looks a little bit thicker than it really is because it's kind of a slab side, but it's really not that thick, guys. 20 millimeter lug width. No bracelet on this, but I could easily see throwing a really nice mesh strap on this that would set it off. I think that would be perfect. It's all brushed finish on this, so you find a really nice brushed mesh bracelet strap type thing for it and you're set. It comes with this really nice high quality leather. I mean, pretty much everything that Ocean Crawler does is high quality. Even their packaging is really nice. And then it also comes with this strap here. So if you wanted to switch it over to a more of a fabric type strap, because I know a lot of people are like anti-leather on a diver, but guys, we're not diving in them. Just throw a leather strap on it and be happy, because when you find a good one like this, they wear good and they look good. All right. We have two crowns here. We talked about that a second ago, but they're both screw down. And this guy here is got a really nice pop to it, and it's very solid. So nice solid pop to it. You're going to be able to wind there. It has a regulated Sellita SW200 in it. I threw it on the time grapher, running at +8 dial up, so top-notch movement. You can see a nice pop of orange on the hour hand, and then at the tip of the seconds, also tying in with the Isle Royale printed on the dial. This is a sandwich dial as well. So go ahead and screw that guy back in, and we'll talk about the other crown before we talk a little bit more about the dial and its lume and all the other cool stuff. Because when you pop this guy out, it pops out, and then you can go either direction with your dive bezel, but at every marker, you have like an indent. You can feel it. Now, you're not going to be able to hear it, but you can feel it, tactile feel in your fingers as you're rotating this around. You can feel click, 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 click. So you know you're on your mark. So you go ahead and put it back in the center here. If I can get it dialed in, you go ahead and screw that in. Probably one of the best, or at least the top 2 or 3 that I've tried of inner rotating bezel. Very well built. So I didn't check the lume yet, but Ocean Crawler is known for having killer lume. I'm sure it's some sort of C3 compound, but you can see if we zoom in, you can see it's a sandwich dial. So you're going to have a ring going all the way around there with the cutouts in the main dial for your indices, other than the indices at the 12, the 3, and the 9. And then you have your date cutout, which is circular down there at the 6. Printing of Rochester, New York down there as well. And just a beautiful looking watch. The AR coating is on the underside of the crystal. This thing's going to be fully loomed out, signed crown. There's a look at the case back. Nice looking as well. So as far as I know, this is the smallest watch that Ocean Crawler has made. And I think it sold well. I could be wrong. Typically they do a little bit larger, so it's nice to see them mixing it up. They have like, this is a smaller one, and I think they even have one out that's a little bit more of a mid-size. So they're just putting out unique, their own style and everything like that. For this guy, obviously, I love the touch of orange. Typically, I don't care one way or the other about inner rotating bezels, but this one's done really well. The main thing I love about this, other than its size, is the fact that the crystal is pressed directly onto the case. Maybe you guys picked up on that. I'm a fan of that. Maybe you already knew that, but you don't see it a ton, and I'd like to see it more. There's, you know what I mean? There's no bezel. So typically on a watch, you'd have even like a regular watch, even not a dive watch, you still have a case, the bezel, and then the crystals pressed into that. In this case, it's just machined out, and then the crystal goes directly into the case. It's very cool. It's very sleek looking, and when done properly, I think it's just pleasing for me aesthetically. Let me pop this on wrist real quick so you can see what it looks like on my 7.25 inch wrist. I was wearing this around as soon as it arrived. You can see that yes, 39.5 by 44 is kind of a smaller size for a dive watch, but it still has decent wrist presence because you don't have the external dive, excuse me for the jingle bracelet, but you don't have the dive bezel on the outside. So all of that real estate can be taken up on the dial and the inner rotating bezel, so it kind of makes it look a little bit bigger. Plus it's a slab side. And on a large watch, I don't like the slab side, but on a smaller one, you know, go for it because it actually makes it look a little bit bigger. So, and I'm not saying 39.5 is a small watch, but it's definitely smaller than what I'm typically used to. So, you know, 40, 41, 42, something like that. So I think they nailed this thing for the size and the weight and the look and everything. The only thing I would probably do is, like I said, put a really nice mesh bracelet, such as like, you know, this is on an Alpina, but again, even this guy, it has the crystal pressed directly into the case. I love that. It's just one of the little things about certain watches that just really sets it off for me. So you can see here next to SKX, when you put them at the same plane, I mean, you can see the size difference there, and then definitely the thickness is a little misleading, you know, because of that slab side. Like I said, it's not curved or anything. You know, bellied, it's definitely curved. But anyway, guys, there's that guy, and big thanks to Jerry for sending that in. Let me move the lume monster out of the way because it likes to show off when we do the lume shot. We'll get these lights off so you can look at the killer lume on this. There you go. You can see the hour and minute hand, second hand are really vivid, and then the sandwich dial is definitely bright enough, but the hands kind of show a little bit brighter. So I'm not sure what the introductory price was on these. A lot of times Ocean Crawler will do a pre-order price. Like right now, if you go on the website, I think it's listed for about $1,000. But I think on the pre-release, you save a few $100, I think. A couple $100 maybe? I'm not sure. But check out the info I put in the description. I'll also put a way to contact me because Jerry's actually selling this. So I'll put that information down in the description. But once it says it's gone, guys. So, you know, a year from now, if you're trying to get a hold of me to buy this, it's gone. It'll be gone probably today or tomorrow as soon as this video airs. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.